Yes.
It's a pleasure to have you. And we are also very excited to learn a little bit more about you and about the business that you have. So tell us a little bit more about Deja first. Tell me in 3 words how you would describe yourself.
I would describe myself as intentional because everything that I do in my life comes with a reason why, a reason why behind it. And so I would describe myself as someone who moves intentionally. I take up space intentionally, and the people that I keep around are intentional as well and like-minded as myself. So that's number one. Second adjective to describe myself would be passionate. I am passionate about everything that I do in life. I am also passionate about my family and friends and just living life. And the third thing I would use to describe myself is, I would say unapologetically myself.
Authentic.
I like it. Authentic. Definitely. Okay, so we're taking up space.
Yes.
We are being intentional. You are the architect of your life.
Yes.
I love it. Tell me about your business. Where are you? What's the name? What do you do? I want to hear a little bit more.
Well, nice. So I am a Pilates instructor. 4 years ago, I decided that I wanted to just figure out who I am. What do I like? So I decided to take some, fitness classes, and I ended up with choosing, Pilates. And so what I realized when I walked into the Pilates class, there were a lot of people that looked like me.
Yeah.
And I loved the workout. I loved how it made me feel. It made me feel strong. It made me feel confident. It made me realize that I'm in charge of, the time that I'm in there, and I need to, take that out into the world. But what I did not like is that, unfortunately, when I walked into the space, there were others that already had their little clique, and they already had, friends that they would come in with. And so I decided, okay, well, I'm going to show up anyways, because this is what I'm passionate about. And this is what I like to do. And I like how Pilates makes me feel. So it dawned on me, when I moved to Miami and I started to get out into the health and wellness space, there still weren't people that looked like me. So I decided to create my own space. And that's how I came upon, the name Pilates Pull-Up. And Pilates Pull-Up is a movement, right? It's not just about, me working at a, Pilates studio. Mm-hmm. It's about creating like a concierge service where I offer one-on-one, private sessions where I can come to my people and where they're located, and also host community events. That way people know more about Pilates and can feel safe in this space while also learning about the movement. So more to come with that. I will be offering, a lot of community classes out in the community, spanning from South Miami up to North Miami. So you all can look forward to that.
So Pilates is different from like other type of like gym or Zumba or stuff like this.
Yes.
Why would, for instance, I choose Pilates over Zumba or other things? Do you have like some specific benefit in choosing, for instance, Pilates?
Yes. So Pilates was created by a guy named Joseph Pilates. He did this form of a workout in a concentration camp, and it was for soldiers to be able to rehabilitate and to, be able to move their body and be able to stretch their body. And it was really more so about mind-body connection, right? So that they can get back out there and, be able to perform. And so, the reason why someone would come to Pilates is to not only, decompress from the day, but also to connect to their body, reclaim the space, tap into their self, right? But also getting a low impact, workout. And so not many people really know about it. I'm starting to see more people like us, and as we built the community, other Black women in the space are coming now and offering concierge service as well. So definitely our people are coming more around to it, but it's definitely a different form of a workout for sure.
Mm-hmm. I love that you are creating an ecosystem for us women of color, let's be real, that don't necessarily ordinarily gravitate towards that sport. And And I know how difficult it can be to create a community in a space that we typically were not welcome. What has been your biggest challenge in creating that community and creating that space? What has been your reception since you started doing this?
Yeah, so I would say my biggest challenge is just, I had to take a step back because I thought, as a Black woman, I could create the space in these studios, right? But what starts to happen is you almost kind of like conform to, the standards that they have. And the last thing I want to do is conform to someone else's standards. So after coming to that realization, I decided, not getting the people to those spaces, but creating the space for myself and offering that one-on-one service where I can come where the people are. Because we also have to remember, although, I would love to bring people to the space, people don't have the money to take these classes. A lot of the classes that they're offering at these studios are $50 per session, and some people can't afford that. So instead of trying to get the people to the space, meeting the people where they are in their spaces, whether that's in homeless shelters. Last month, I'm a part of a sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, and they, presented me the opportunity to be able to teach a Pilates class at the Lotus House. And so I thought that was amazing because, again, they don't have the resources or even the knowledge to even think to go to a Pilates studios. So I came up with that idea to provide that, one-on-one concierge service to meet them where they are.
I do like the idea that you're coming to them or that you're going to them, because me, for instance, I don't like to go to the gym. I would prefer somebody to come to my house for sure.
Yes.
But at the same time, thinking about like business-wise, in terms of like, how do you see yourself scaling that? And, how do you also manage the price? Because I would think that going and having like the personalized class will make it more expensive.
Right.
Than, having everybody as a group in one location. So give me a little bit details about that.
Yeah, so the way that I make it affordable for people to be able to have that concierge service, where I come to their house is, we come up with different packages that works for them, right? And so, we have a form that we fill out and we ask, how much do you typically have allocated to put towards, a workout class or extracurricular activity? And from there, be able to decide, okay, well, here's a package that we can come up with. These are amount of classes that I'm going to offer at this price, and take it from there. Also grants, right? And scholarships. There are also other, businesses out there that are more than happy to sponsor some classes for people that may not be able to afford it. And then also just when we talk about going to the Lotus House, obviously that would be volunteer work, and that would be something that the city would be able to provide via a grant for me to be able to do those services there.
So if someone is interested in finding you and using your services, where do we find you? Social media handle, website, give me everything.
Absolutely. Where you can find me is on Instagram at Pilates Pullup. I will have a plethora of information inside of that handle, Instagram handle, where you can see, what events are coming up, how to book a one-on-one session with myself, and if you would like for me to come and teach at one of your events, you'll be able to find that information there as well.
Fantastic. I love
Thank
that.
you so much. But before leaving, give us like a word for the other entrepreneurs listening to you.
So if you are thinking about starting a business, I would say, we all have dreams of what we would like to do, but write it out, plan it, write out some actionable steps that you can take, and then, go to networking events, promote yourself, get that elevator pitch together.
Let's go.
And take it from there. And, there's someone that's always willing to invest into your dreams. So it's never too late. Doesn't matter how old you are, what you look like. If you have a dream, put it on paper and take steps towards it.
You heard her.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
have
for
been
having
lovely.
me.
We're looking forward to seeing more of you and seeing what else you got in store. And that is Pilates Pull Up.
And I'd like to leave off with this. The signature model that I like to leave everyone with is we do not wait for permission. We just pull up in life, in any space, and just for yourself. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Whew, that was a lot of talking. I need a practice.
No, it's good. Wait, are we still running?
Those interviews.
Oh, well, here's the boss right there.
Or are you gonna do another one? Or?
Yes.
Is there somebody else going?
I was gonna stop.
Yes.
Yeah, she wanted to go. Yeah.
We have one more person. Let's go. Next victim.